Well, it's not a day for me to work on the allotment today, but it's early and I just wanted to show you the frost, the first real hard frost we've had this year. Well, one thing's for sure, the parsnips are going to be sweeter than ever, which is a good thing. You see over this part of the allotment, the trees shade the whole area and it's not quite as cold. Let the chickens out. There they come. We've put this extra protected area in for the little girls, and they seem to enjoy it. So it's got us thinking that we might get some sort of net and pole system and keep an eye out. Well, other jobs on my list today and not allotment, but it's nice to come over here and see the frost. It won't be long, I don't think, before we could even see snow. We'll see. Well, it's another frosty day today. In fact, I think it's even frostier than it was yesterday. But it's beautiful. Fantastic sunshine this morning. A white gleam on the grass and the trees and the bushes. So it might be a bit hard on the ground actually, but doesn't matter. We are going to make the most of a bright morning because it's getting a bit more cloudy later today. So on the agenda today, I'm going to try and get a bit more of this bank away, work my way down this trough, see if I can get some of that out. And the horse manure is likely to be coming next week, so that means I need to make sure that I've got at least 2 empty bays. I probably only need 1, but I'm going to get this one empty as well, so I'm going to get the rest of that out, and I just need to think where I'm going to put it. I suppose if the ground defrosts I might get those leeks out, otherwise I'll find a spot for it on the existing beds. Well, I wouldn't say the ground's cold, but the sun is making that fabric steam. So it gives you some idea. Well, that was a good morning's work, and there's about as much physical as I can manage at the moment. But that trough is well and truly dug out. I've got up to this next plank. I'm going to stop there. There's another one about the same length, and I think a little bit at the end. But in the interest of motivation, I think what I'm going to do is take this chunk of bank out so that I can see the benefit of what I've done. And I'm sure that'll motivate me to get on and do the rest. It's certainly a little bit higher in this trough at the moment than the corresponding ground around the raised beds, so I'll probably have to take a little bit more out of here. And the edge that comes all the way along the plot is just a little bit further over, so I can see me putting in my spade just to get a straight edge. But I reckon it's probably another day's work to get that middle peninsula of soil out, and then we'll really be seeing the benefit of this plan. So I've removed all the spoil from there, but I did get this really good weed membrane out of the bottom of the trough, and you can see this has been in there for years, but if you buy the better quality it really does last, and that's almost as good as new. And I think what I'm going to do with it for now is put it on my future bed for squash and just keep the weed growth down whilst I'm working. So that's next. Now this is only, what, about 3 foot wide, maybe a bit less. So it's not going to go very far, but most of the weed growth is on the edge. So I think what I'm going to do is just let it drape over that edge. If this saves me a little bit of work later, I was going to shave that grass off, but I haven't got around to it. I think this will probably help. There we go. Now what I am going to have to do is get that in place with some rocks. So we'll use a few of these rocks. I think we'll use the larger ones because it may be there for a week or two. What have we got? Here we go. Right, that will hopefully help that process to move forward. Well, thanks to everybody who comments on the channel. I really appreciate it. A couple of my subscribers recommended that with regards to this sage bush, I trim it and take off these dead or at least brown parts of the sage, leaving all those lovely new leaves and growth down below close to the soil line. So that's what I've done, and why not, I'll use this in some cooking if we can. I'm going to collect up my seeds now, and they're going to go into packets, and that'll be seed saving done for this year. Well, I've been promising myself those cheesy leeks for a week or two now, and the time has come, so out they come. There's some lovely leeks in here. Get the soil off. Now, cheesy leeks is pretty easy to make. It's certainly not overly complicated. So you quite simply take the leeks that you've dug out of the ground as fresh as possible. So mine have been being made pretty soon after I've dug these out. And then you prepare them by just cutting off the green leaves and the roots, stripping the outer leaves so that you get a nice clean leek, and then simply slicing it downwards into lots of thin slices. And then when you've got to that stage, you boil it so that the leeks get nice and soft. And then when you've got to that point, you make a cheese sauce, and there's numerous ways of making cheese sauce. Personally, lots of cheese, some corn flour and some milk, and mix it up, get it nice and thick, and just pour it on the leeks. It's really not complicated. And then leave it to cool, and then personally I put them in the freezer for those winter days. And that's what it's about. A nice brace of white blanched leeks. So they're going in with the rest, and we'll take those home. And that's it for today. Cheesy leeks next. Have a good weekend. And there we have it, 4 family-sized portions of cheesy leeks. And we'll put a bit of grated cheese on top of those, pop them in the oven when we want them, and sit back and enjoy. Good times. I do hope you enjoyed the video today. If you did, click the subscribe button, click the like button, and if you want updates from me each time I upload a video, click the bell and select all. I do hope you have a great day. Diolch yn fawr.